Hello, people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Glad to be here talking Arsenal today again. We have some news here that I wanted to talk about. Maybe not Arsenal related at all. Let's just say, well, kind of Arsenal related, of course, because this is an Arsenal channel. Sorry, challenge. Kind of nervous. I don't know. As an Arsenal channel, we want to speak about the news that have been going on so far. Players coming in, coming out. At the moment, well, we knew we were linked to Rodrygo for a while, trying to get a deal done. It was a loan for him to arrive to Arsenal. Arsenal and Madrid were discussing about the salary, and as we saw in the last video I uploaded, Arsenal couldn't afford to pay 100% of the salary, but we spoke about us paying 285k a week to Kai Havertz and overpaying for some players, like in this case Zinchenko and also Gabriel Jesus. And we being unable to offload and sell some players like Fabio Vieira as well as Sambi Lokonga, we deciding to keep Zinchenko and unable to sell Trossard. So those are things that are adding to Arsenal not being able to buy players like Eze, Rodrygo and so on. So the news today are that Man City are considering a move for Rodrygo because, well, we've known they have had some exits. Grealish going to Everton, which I think is a great move for him, even though Everton is not a great team at the moment. They have fought relegation battles previous seasons, but it's a great place to go and try and revive your career and stay in the Premier League as well. So I don't see an issue with him moving and going to Everton. I think, yes, it's a downgrade, of course, and maybe he wasn't as good as expected while he was a Man City player, but moving to Everton I think is a great way to just revive what you wanted. It's not that bad, and you're giving money to Man City so they can do a transfer like this one. We've known that they have now offloaded some players. I don't know how to pronounce the second name, to be honest. McAtee and Savinho, they all left. Savinho may be going to Tottenham Hotspur. I don't think it's about a signing. I think Savinho is a great player. Maybe he didn't work out as we expected for Man City. I don't know about Pep Guardiola, to be honest. Like, sometimes they buy the players and they have a great season and then they just fall, or maybe they are just amazing throughout the Man City period, or it happens like Grealish and Savinho that didn't work out. Doku is another one that we have to talk about that has not been very impressive. And we'll have to see how this one goes. I think Man City are able, that they have sold some players this season and they're able to pay the 100 million, of course. It's just, I think if they want to do it, I genuinely believe they will do it, and it's a great place for Rodrygo to go. They're going to challenge for the league this season. They're going to challenge for the Champions League as well. They have a good manager, or at least a manager that is known to be a winning manager. He that has won a bunch of trophies and has always been successful wherever he goes. Maybe not in the Champions League all the time. As we know, he didn't win the Champions League with Bayern Munich. He won one with Barcelona and now one with City after spending a bunch, but you could see the progress because they won the league several times during his tenure as a Man City manager. So they are likely the ones that will do it and will sign Rodrygo permanently. They're not speaking about loans, they're speaking about wanting to buy the player. And Arsenal didn't move intelligent for me in this transfer window. I know 100 million would be a lot, but we decided to overpay for Noni at the moment. Again, I spoke about it on my previous videos. Maybe he will prove us right, and he's gonna show us that he's worth 50 million. But we still haven't found someone to play on the right side to offload minutes from Bukayo Saka. I think a competition between Rodrygo and Bukayo Saka would be great in the right side of the pitch. We know Rodrygo played on the right side for Madrid because Vinicius was playing on the left. And again, I think Rodrygo is a player that can play on the left side with no issues. He's talented, he's great. One of the best players in this era at the moment. We know the football so far hasn't been very great throughout these years, but he's one of the best available guys to play on the wings, and we decided to buy different players and other options. Noni was an option. We overpaid for the guy, and now we just fall behind during this Rodrygo deal. So of course Madrid want to sell him. They want money. 100 million is a lot of money. I genuinely think they prefer that other than a loan. They need to strengthen their side, and that money is just gonna come perfect for Madrid to buy players and win the league this season. So it's not looking good for us. At this moment in time, our main issues are that we haven't addressed the left side of the squad. We don't have a player to challenge Saka for the right wing position, and it looks like we're going into next season the same way we ended last one. So it's a difficult scenario that we have. I'm really hoping for Noni Madueke to be a great signing for us, and hopefully he's going to show us what he is about and what he wants, and he's going to show us like he's a great player and stuff like that. But if you ask me which one I would like, definitely Rodrygo was the main one. Rodrygo and Eze for me with Victor Gyokeres. Those are the three signings that I thought, attacking wise, would take us to the next level. And I know it's a bunch of money that we could have spent on all of them because we already bought Subimendi for like 60-some million, which is a lot, but that's what you expect from a team that wants to challenge for every competition. And again, at the moment, we look like we're going to stick with Saka on the right, and we know he normally gets injured, has a hamstring or comes off the games because of a knock or some issues that he feels. So we need someone to help Saka to offload those issues that Saka has had throughout the games, and we haven't addressed that situation. I don't know if I know the manager says that Waneri, he sees him more as a guy to play on the wings. I disagree, but we do have Waneri, so probably he's going to play Waneri for Saka in some of the games. I don't think it's the correct answer to the problem, but we have to see. Waneri is very young, so let's see if that helps. If he develops into a great winger, hopefully, nothing but the best wishes for the guy, and I really hope that he challenges Saka, try and get a next level, from both of them. But I see Waneri more of an attacking midfielder, and if we want to win the league, if we want to win the Champions League and bring trophies to the team and things like that, you have to buy the best available players, and at the moment Rodrygo was one of them. And it seems like we just, because of bad mistakes made throughout this transfer window and the previous ones, we're not going to get him. And now we are letting Man City to buy the player. I seriously think this is going to be probably the best transfer in this transfer window for a Premier League club. And the guy is basically trying to prove a point that he is not a bad player, that he's not finished, that the Madrid situation was just them moving forward and not appreciating the great player he is. And the guy now has a mission, and he's going to want to prove that with a team like Man City that is going to challenge for every single competition they're in. So it's a perfect scenario for him. Man City can pay the price. They have sale players like Grealish, McAtee, Savinho mentioned right here. So this is just the perfect scenario for Rodrygo to improve his game and prove a point to the world, basically, that he is still a player that can produce, that will challenge, and is going to show the Premier League that a lot of teams should have gone and get him. For me, we lost one of the top priorities that we had at the club. I'm not a manager, I'm not Bertra, I'm not Arteta, but I would definitely go for Gyokeres playing attacking midfielder instead of just being calm, talking about him playing on the wings. I think Gyokeres is more of an attacking midfielder. He is more creative. He doesn't, like, how can I say this? He's not afraid to play a pass. He just wants to create. And the games I've seen from him, every time he's in the middle, he plays better than whenever he plays on the wings. I know he has scored some goals in the wings and stuff like that, playing on the right wing. But the best position he has is in the middle. And this is the thing with Arteta. It's like we buy players or use players not in their natural position. And we can see the same happening to Skelly. We can see that now with Gyokeres. And now with Noni Madueke, that we know he played on the right wing. And we are deciding that he's going to be the left wing player for us to challenge Martinelli. Why don't we just buy a player and play him in the position that we know he plays? Like, we know Noni is playing on the right wing. He has played there for Chelsea. Every single game he plays there. He played there before being at the club. Just play him on the right side and see how the thing goes between him and Saka. Who is better? Who is going to prove a point? If they're going to challenge each other and just be better, both of them. Use Noni on the right as we know he plays there, instead of just moving him to the left. The same thing happened with Declan Rice. Declan Rice was a pure defensive midfielder, and now we're using him as a box-to-box. And we had an issue every time Thomas Partey was not on the pitch, because we were not using Rice at his best position. It's like the manager is buying players and he's always tweaking something. If it works, just let it be. Don't move it. If it's work, keep doing the same thing. And he is not doing that. So every single time we have to tweak something, and it makes no sense. Seriously, it makes no sense for me, the fact that we know Noni Madueke is a right winger, and we're going to use him on the left because supposedly he's versatile. And don't get me wrong, I've just seen the guy played for 2 games, let's just say, the first half of a game and a few minutes of other one. He played well. He shows something different than what we have. He looked confident, he looked great. He crossed the ball with intent, straight at the attackers. He played an amazing cross to Saka. Same thing with Gyokeres. So that's something that we need. We need a guy that knows how to cross the ball, because we know Mikel Arteta loves crosses. So we have a guy fixing that situation, because Martinelli is not as good playing crosses as Noni Madueke is, for what I've been seen so far. But if you know the guy plays on the right, why do you always have to tweak stuff? And now we're in a situation that we don't know who's going to be the right winger to help Saka offload some minutes. And if you want to keep the competition healthy at the team, and you know you have Saka, which a lot of people and around the globe, they know that Saka is one of the best up-and-coming right wings, if not one of the best at the moment in world football. then if you want to keep a healthy competition and you want to challenge for every single competition you're in, bring Rodrygo and let Saka challenge with Rodrygo for a spot and just work things out. And imagine just if we had, for example, a league game on Sunday and an FA Cup game on Wednesday. Imagine you're playing the bench team on Wednesday and Rodrygo is the starter. That's how world-class teams are created. But we decided to do bad business, and we have done bad business in the transfer windows from previous seasons that are costing us at the moment. And I'm talking about Havertz, I'm talking about every single Chelsea reject, the high number of goalkeepers that we have bought so far. And if you just have to sum everything up, like Kepa, Runerson, we had Ramsdale, we're adding Matt Ryan, that was on loan, but still we had to pay some of his wages, Neto as well. If you sum all that amount, we would be closer to signing Rodrygo for 100 million. Noni now, 50 million. We could at least try and get him for 35 million. Those are 50 million that we would have saved. And maybe use him for Rodrygo or Eze. Like, all those amounts are leading us to right now, in which we have to sell players to buy better ones, and that's not a great situation. And now we're letting Man City buy an amazing player, and they have had a great transfer window so far. They do have a better manager than us, and a proven manager that has won titles, and they now want to prove a point because last season wasn't good enough for them. So it's going to be tough, and we're going to face them during the first 6 games of the season. So it's going to be very tough for us. And this just is bad business for Arsenal Football Club, great business for Man City. This really takes them a step forward into winning a possible competition in the next season that is just around the corner. We'll have to see and review Fabrizio Romano's posts. So it is a tough one to deal with at the moment. I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with the way we conduct the business so far, but what's done is done. We can only talk about that, but it's not going to change the fact that Man City is close to getting Rodrygo, and it's just going to be a great signing. So this is the situation that how are Arsenal fans talking about this like it's nothing? Okay, this one I get it. Yes, Arsenal, please do something. Yes, please do something. We need him. He is going to take us a step forward, but we know Man City are the main guys at the moment to get him. So hopefully this happens. I don't want to take bring negativity to Rodrygo, but if he's a Jack Grealish 2.0, good for us, because they are rivals and they are title challengers at the moment. So we want them not to challenge for a title because we want to win the league. So hopefully this happens. Let me just move on with the news. This is something that I wanted to speak about and I'm very angry about. This guy can't stand his takes. To be honest, I cannot stand them. He talks a lot of nonsense, a lot of PR stuff that I don't agree with. It seems to me like he's just speaking for the sake of it, and there's not like... It's awful. This is just awful. I'm gonna play the take at the moment, but I do not agree with anything he is saying at the moment. He's talking bad about Gyokeres, and this is the thing. I've heard guys like him and top Gooners, which we know is how they are called, talking about he has the shirt now, so we just have to support the guy. The same thing happened with Jorginho. The same thing happened to Kai Havertz, that we know we were against him coming into the club. Same thing happened to Fabio Vieira. Players like that supposedly Arteta wanted them to be at the club, and the talk was just about support the guys because they are now a part of the club. They are now gonna be an Arsenal player, and same thing happened with Noni Madueke because we know that a lot of fans were raging about it on social media that we signed Noni for 50 million. So we have those talks from top Gooners saying if the manager wants him, then we better support him and stuff like that. And we know about the Gyokeres situation, the fact that the manager thought that Sesko was going to be the next striker of the club, that Mikel had preferred Sesko over Gyokeres. At the end, all that BS that everyone was talking about, if Sesko or Gyokeres came into the team and who was better, we decided to go for the guy with better goals last season, the main striker last season throughout Europe and the world. We know Victor Gyokeres scored in the Portuguese league 68 goals, provided 17 assists in 66 games. Champions League, he had an amazing run in the Champions League, again scoring 6 goals in 8 games, and he was very, very good for Sporting. So we decided to go for the best available striker. Has played as a centre forward 269 times and has scored 167 goals, 56 assists. Stats wise is great. Club stats for Coventry and Sporting, great. Yes, he wasn't good enough in the Championship or whatnot. For Coventry, he was great. For Sporting, the same stuff. So, we decided to get the best available player. Remember that we made the same mistake letting Haaland go. And Haaland went on to Man City and won the Champions League. So, for me, it looks like we learned about the issues and we learned our lesson and decided to go for the best available striker at the moment. And we bought him. Now we have a pure striker. He already scored the goal against Athletic Bilbao. Was a header goal. A lot of people was talking about him not being good enough with the headers. He scored a goal from a cross from Subimendi. Great goal. He was at the right place at the right time and showed us why we needed a striker. Now listen to this take.
This video will be something like why he isn't right. I think there's a lot of negatives to Gyokeres. I think there's a lot of negatives in terms of the deal. I think there's a lot of negatives in terms of the player, the timing, the narrative of Arsenal, where Arsenal are at and stuff, which we'll get into. Let's just start with the player. George, I haven't seen a playlist, I'm going to go this far, that bad in the air.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's really poor in terms of getting the direction, in terms of getting the right weight, in terms of judging the ball, in terms of positioning himself, all those things. That was quite shocking for me. I was.
So the guy has played 3 games, and I'm not gonna count the Spurs game. So because we're like 15 minutes or something, like I'm not gonna count it. He has played 2 games, already scored the goal. The game he scored, he actually played like 70 something minutes, which is something that we cried for. We wanted Gyokeres to play a bunch of minutes and get, that fitness, get to know the players that he's going to play with. He played with the starting lineup, which is great. But these type of guys that we have on the screen right now were the same guys talking about you have to give the players a chance, you have to, they are now Arsenal players and they are now wearing the shirt, so just support them and shit like that. Nonsense. When it comes to a guy that has scored 68 games, 68 goals, scored 68 goals, that was amazing in the Champions League, amazing in the Portuguese League, amazing in the Champions League, in the Championship with Coventry. On a guy that has proven that he can score against City, that gave us trouble when we played against him, and a guy that apparently he was awful at getting headers, but He chased the ball and scored from across from Subimendi and played the ball at the right place of the goal with the right power. That we bought for 50 or 65 million, I believe, which is a great price for a guy that scored 68 goals. Top goal scorer. And you are telling me that the price was bad, that you don't like the player, and that he was not the right guy to buy. It's nonsense. It's serious nonsense. And you have not seen the guy in the Premier League yet. You have not seen if he is good or bad, or... I mean, I bet he never saw the guy playing in the Portuguese league. I have, because I like football. Because I knew he was having a breakthrough season. I did saw him. I liked the things I saw. Yes, he scored a bunch of penalties. Cool. We need penalty takers. Because Saka misses penalties sometimes. Odegaard, I don't trust him at penalties. Havertz, never. I don't trust the guy at penalties as well. We need a penalty taker. Now we have one. That's another checklist. Another check on the checklist of players that we need. So we need a striker, a goal scorer, and a penalty taker. We have the 3 checks there when we bought Victor Gyokeres. And the guy is talking shit about the player after 2 games, because I'm not going to count the Spurs game. He played 15 minutes. That's awful amount of minutes to play in the first game. And I completely agree here with what it says, like questioning Arsenal. And now it's an industry plant. He is an industry plant for sure. So let me just go into the comments. This we know by the picture. He has an Arteta picture. Fuck him. Fuck him. Completely fuck him. We know he's an industry plant as well. A clown. And as we can see, these guys actually, I've seen them. They took PR and all that bullshit like the take that they are talking right now. But when you go against them and you try and debate and you try to talk shit about them, they cannot handle it and block people. Like right here, this clown. They blocked me because they love to suck Arteta. Definitely true. I've seen him suck the manager. The guy is happy that we haven't won a trophy in 5 years. 6 now. Like, we won an FA Cup and we have won nothing else after it. The guy is just... is like, his takes are outrageous. And he talks about defending a player because he's wearing the Arsenal shirt and things like that. And I don't see the same stuff happening right now for a guy that was the goal scorer last season throughout Europe. The best available striker. That just scored a header, and the guys is smashing Victor Gyokeres and talking shit about Gyokeres instead of just supporting the player. It's just outrageous, man. It's genuinely outrageous, and I genuinely cannot. This take is outrageous, man. I do not agree with it. It's stupid. Seriously, it's a stupid take. The guy scored 68 goals. I would say, I would agree with this if it was half a season and the guy scored 5 goals. Yes, you can talk all the shit you want about the player because has not scored, and if you pay a 65 million price for a player, you're expecting a goal scorer. So if it was half the season and the guy hasn't scored like more than 10 goals or hasn't provided, contributed to the team, I agree if you want to talk shit about him. But why are you talking shit in pre-season for a player? There are differences here. Like there's a different thing. I know I have spoken shit about the team in general, the tactics and the way we play during this preseason, but that is because I'm looking at the same stuff that has gone wrong 3 seasons ago. So that's why I was talking shit about the preseason and the way we played. But how are you going to speak shit about a player right now at the moment that hasn't even played half a season, and we know for a fact that the guy has scored a bunch of goals and is a goal scorer, and you're talking about the shit about the price? Bro, we're getting a guy that has scored 68 goals for a club, and we got him for 65 million. That's a bargain. We got him for an amazing price. We saw what we paid for Noni, and again, I haven't spoken shit about him. The only thing that I don't agree with Noni Madueke is the price tag. But instead of talking about overpaying for Noni Madueke, you're talking about underpaying for the best available striker. I would love to hear your take on Noni Madueke. I would love to hear it. Because I know you sucked the player off because we just bought him from Chelsea and the manager wanted him. And as I just said before, the guy is a right wing, and your shit manager decided to play him on the left because he has to trick every single player we have. And now look at Lewis Skelly. He's not the same guy that was last season because he's a defensive midfielder. He's not a left back. Martin Odegaard hasn't scored 15 goals again like he did 2 seasons ago. And the guy has regressed because your manager is tweaking every single shit. Saka looks dead, and we still haven't found a guy to take minutes off him. He went off injured in the first preseason game. Martinelli looks isolated and looks awful. And when we bought him, he looked great under Unai Emery. Why are you not talking about that? Just paid. You're paid by the club. You love the manager. Go suck him off when he leaves. And live with him. And fuck off. If you love the manager so much, then live with him. We don't need fans like that. I would really love to hear a thing about him talking for the Madueke price tag. I bet he was happy about overpaying 50 million and giving that money to a rival. And I bet to you he was happy. But now that we have got the best available striker, he's talking shit. And talking about the price tag. Bro, how the fuck can you speak about that? The price tag. It was a bargain that we got him for 65 million. It's like we paid $1 million for the goals he scored last season. The guy is worth like 100 million. If we played 50 for Madueke, that is not that good and hasn't showed his potential yet. We're overpaying for a player, overpaying. Like we overpaid for him and gave the money to the rivals, and I bet you this idiot was happy to give that money to Chelsea. Because the manager wants him, and because the manager wants him, we have to support it. Now the player has the shirt now. I hope he plays amazing and shows us that he's worth the 50 million. But at the moment, that's bad business, and because of that, we have not got Rodrygo, Eze, or Gordon. And we still have no replacement for Martin Odegaard. No player to offload minutes from Saka. And no proper left wing to cover for Martinelli. Because Noni plays on the right. But now we decided to play him on the left. And I hope he's an amazing player for us. I really hope that he shows that he's worth the 50 million. But at the moment, that is holding us back. Kai Havertz, the amount of money that we're paying that guy, week in, week out, hold us back to get Rodrygo on loan. But I bet to you suck off Havertz because your manager wants him. talking nonsense, bro. I hate this guy, seriously. And I'm glad I finally decided to talk to you two. Because I can finally say whatever I want. And I really, every single time I heard this guy, I raged about it. And the guys that defend him are idiots like this one, that have a fucking Mikel Arteta picture there. A guy that was an average player for us and is now a fucking average manager that has not won other trophy than an FA Cup with Unai Emery's team. And we have spent 1 billion euros and still have not won a single fucking trophy. Outrageous. Just simply outrageous, man. This is just like... I really hope Noni Madueke is great, man. And this is another stupid take from a United fan. He won the FA Cup with us again. And the same stuff now that Crystal Palace has won the Carabao Cup is a trophy, but every time Arsenal won it, social media was laughing. It's just stupid, man. Stop it. We spoke about Grealish moving to Everton. I think it's a great move for him. Just the perfect way to get the rhythm going again, to be a main man at a team. And Aston Villa at the time that he was there wasn't that good, so it's great for him. I hope he plays great and shows that there's still a player there, because we know for Man City he wasn't as good. They played 100 million for him and wasn't good enough. So for the price tag, he won a bunch of trophies. So anyways, he helped them, but 100 million is just too much, I believe. Henderson winning a trophy, yes. Pepe there, Nicolas Pepe. And we decided to boo him. That's just outrageous. And I bet you it's cunts like the one I mentioned from that stupid podcast that boo him. The guy was not that bad for us. Yeah. Let me just go here. See Garnacho smoking vape. That's a tough one. Let me just go forward here. Community Shields. I talk about the Community Shields. We're second. Hopefully this increases. I'm not mad about winning the Community Shield. I just don't pay that much of attention to it. But I have watched every single game we are part of in the Community Shield again. And it's nice to have, man. Like, seriously, if it's silverware, I'll take it. Here, big up to Dan Potts. 50 million. No, sorry. 100k. 100k around the corner. Yeah, I know. I saw the live. Dan Potts talking about the 50k. He got it live. Absolutely happy with him. Great thing. I've always listened to him, Lee Gunner, and AFTV again, because you have to see the positives as well. I'm not a positive fan because, to be honest, I have never seen my team win the Premier League. I'm from 98, people. Like, I started supporting the team the Champions League final against Barcelona that we lost. I thought we were better. That's when I gained consciousness about me, because I was a kid. And since then, like, I've never seen my team win the league. So I'm desperate to do it, to see the team win the league. And I think that so far, the businesses, the way we have handled ourselves, have not been good enough. And the standards have genuinely dropped. It shouldn't be the thing. It shouldn't be like that. So Donnarumma not wanting to play for PSG, like, he won the Champions League and wants to fuck off. And the Premier League is the likely destination. Let's see what happens. Leandro Trossard, 30 million for Trossard. I would take it. 30 million could help us to get Eze and help us to get, more businesses done. So I think it's a great business for us to just try and sell Trossard. Let's see if we can get 35 million, probably. Just negotiate with them, and hopefully it's going to work out for Trossard. But he is one of the players that we should be looking to sell, and we need money to bring more players that are needed, as we spoke about the left wing situation. We need to buy a left wing so we can move Noni Madueke to the right and challenge Saka, which I think would be great if we could have Noni Madueke play on the right, as we know is his position. If we bring Eze, we know he can play on the left and as an attacking midfielder. I would prefer him to play as attacking midfielder, but we do have to address the left side. It's a decision that the manager has to take, but we need Eze definitely. And if Leandro Trossard is going to help us for that, I would definitely sell him. So basically, that's what I wanted to talk to you about at the moment. It's good that I finally got some things off my chest. There's a lot of nonsense being spoke about on social media, especially Twitter and YouTube, with those top Gooners talking about shit. Like shitting on a player that has scored almost 70 goals. That's outrageous, people. Seriously, I don't get it. Like, it's just awful, man. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. Thank you guys for hearing. And hopefully there's going to be good news, like selling players and buying the right ones. And I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the evening.